Ready to go. Exeter Chiefs in the black jerseys, Gloucester-Hartpury in the famous cherry and white. Let the games begin. The Allianz Premier 15 season is underway, and a bouncing ball gets us started, and Emma Singh gets away. Massive season for her last year, and maybe she's looking to go one better this year. 150 points she scored, and she was draining kicks off the boot in the warm-up. Kat Merchant's arrived. Tell you what, that is record pace from pitch side to the commentary position.
I was a winger. I still got it. Yeah.
Lovely crowd here, isn't there? Just looking below us, we've got home fans, away fans, people who've made the jersey, the journey, should I say. Everyone's really excited about this.
Yeah, super excited. There's queues for everything. It means I can't get a coffee, but that's great because it just shows how much the support of this game has grown.
First line out for Gloucester-Hartpury is a good one. They set them all going, and with all that experience, particularly in the front row, Buggy, Jones, Delgado, that could be a weapon that they look to use all day. Sam Monaghan in there as well at the back, and Mo Hunt told to use it, so she does. Takes a little step as well. How's that for an inside ball? Sophie Bridger gets the first try of the Premier 15 season, and it's taken less than 90 seconds.
What a start from Gloucester, even right from the kickoff with Emma Singh making that line break. It just shows how much this is an attacking side, and Natasha Mo Hunt is so good at doing that. She's so quick to carry, and then a great support line as well offered to get the try in there. So they couldn't ask for a better start from Gloucester.
Well, let's take another look at it then. It all came off the back of that destructive maul.
Clever play off of Mo. It's that step back inside, but that's a difficult finish as well, to go from that far out from Bridger. Really, really good line.
Well, Bridger's one to watch this season. She's been under the pupillage of Mo for the last couple of years. She captained the Hartpury University team to that Bucks success. Of course, Mo now the coach of that team. And we talked about the young players who've got a big opportunity today. She is one of them. Of course, Tat Hurd to come back in at some point, but if Bridger keeps scoring meat pies like that, it's not going to be straightforward, is it?
No, and this is it with them. It does provide opportunities when your big name players are out. It's how your young ones step up, and that is so important in the strength and depth within all of the squads in the Prem.
First shot at goal for Emma Singh of the Premier 15's season. 150 points last year, 44 conversions. Will she make it one for the new term? Such a considered approach. Lovely strike. The extras added. Perfect start for Gloucester-Hartpury. They lead 7-0.
Exactly what they wanted from that lovely strike from Singh as well. You know, she had a great season last year, really burst onto the scene England-wise as well, gaining her first cap. And so, yeah, great young talent there.
Back underway. Good communication between Monaghan and Bridger, so there was no clash on the carry. Hunt finds Steph Else. A lot of excitement around her as well. From a very similar part of the world to Zoe Aldcroft. And a first touch inside the Gloucester-Hartpury half for Exeter Chiefs. Probably shell-shocked after that frantic start from Gloucester-Hartpury, and they've got their first penalty.
Well, Exeter are known for their defence normally. They are, they really come up in players' faces, so to be caught out in the first 90 seconds, they would have been really caught off guard.
Red 4, roll away.
Well, they scored the most points and conceded the least points in the regular season last year.
Incredible start. Me and Jess Hayden were speaking just before the game actually about their season and just how good they were, and it just didn't play out for them in the final for whatever reason. All the work they've been doing so hard with their defence all season just came unstuck just in that one game. But they'll be out fighting today. They'll be hurt from that score.
Well, there's different challenges for them this year, isn't it? I mentioned it before, the surprise factor's gone. They are one of the best teams in the league now. They've got a target on their back, and they've got a maul here inside the Gloucester-Hartpury 22 for the first time. Here's Nielsen. She's going to be a real leader in this team this year, and Gloucester-Hartpury with some defending to do. Both teams showing how strong they are with the maul.
She's through the middle.
So Robinson digs. She's going to have to dig as well because there are Gloucester-Hartpury hands on this. They're not going to be able to spoil though. Here's McGillivray. 3 metres short. Great response from Chiefs. Friday. Right under the sticks. Can they strike straight back? No, they can't. Gloucester-Hartpury force the turnover penalty. Oh, and Hunt's tapped and gone. Doidge chases back. Singh gives chase as well. Oh, and it's a knock on. Hunt looking to create things. Not sure she'll want to see that kick back, but it was her quick thinking that's got them all the way up the pitch.
Yeah, and sometimes it's just doing things outside the box. So a tap inside your own 22 for me is you're going to tap, you're going to run it. If you tap and kick it, you've got to have a very good chase because otherwise you'd have wanted to put it into touch for the line out. Doidge doesn't manage to quite get hold of it, knock on. So then actually this then is on out wide, but just she's mishit that. She won't watch that one in the highlights reel, I don't think.
Well, you talked about the chase. What about that chase from Emma Singh?
Yeah, she's on fire, isn't she, today? She's had her Weetabix this morning and she's coming out.
Say Mark, quick reset. Let's go.
Come on.
Charlie Gaither calling for a quick reset. First game of the season. So much to talk about already. We're only 6 minutes in.
You can tell we're a bit excited for the season to start.
Set.
First competitive scrum, Middlebrook, Nielsen and Hamden against Buggy Jones and Delgado. Hunt up that short side. She looks lively. Now Singh backs herself around the outside, but she's brought down. Gloucester-Hartpury tiptoeing around the 22 again. It's Monaghan.
6 is legal.
Those two building up a pretty good coaching relationship with the university team too.
Backwards, Kev. Okay, thank you. Scrum advantage.
Gloucester-Hartpury with a scrum advantage. They'll be pretty happy with how the last scrum went as well. So Hunt, lovely little tip on to Monaghan. That's good quick ball. What can Gloucester-Hartpury do with this? Another crunching carry. Goulden tips that one on. Again, Gloucester-Hartpury attempting to get the hands going, but Exeter Chiefs defence more solid this time.
Clear release.
Pretty physical out there. Neve Jones putting it in there for the Cherry and Whites.
Red 10 offside.
Some big hits going in here as well, and both teams maybe a bit of a nervous start offloading when it isn't quite possibly on, but then the reaction and the speed to get in on the ball has been fantastic from both sides.
Very much looking like tempo has been one of the orders that Sean Lynn has given Gloucester-Hartpury today.
Yeah, they've come out firing, and you can even tell when they've got the advantage that they're kicking or they're going for quick taps. Exeter on the other hand, they're going, let's take a moment, let's go for the line out, this is what we're good at, and it's a real contrast in the ways they're playing so far in the first 8 minutes of this first game of the season.
Nielsen picks out Leach, and Chiefs look to get the drive going again.
9, that's once.
Well stalled, at least temporarily, by Gloucester-Hartpury, but now it starts to move towards the touchline as well, but they've just managed to keep it in. For Jodie Ansley concedes the penalty. Well, Ansley knocked it on, and then there was the penalty conceded.
Yeah, they're going to be really gutted with that one because really it's going really nicely forward, but great defence from Gloucester to hurry them into touch, and then it's that penalty we all hate seeing, a knock on and then someone in front diving on it or touching the ball, which is obviously a penalty and it needs to be because it stops Gloucester from playing, but it is one that is never intentional. I think it's just instinctive.
Yeah, just the edge. When they know.
Another penalty for Gloucester-Hartpury. Goulden sticks it into touch. He's one of the arrivals.
How many?
Half a decade at Wasps.
5 balls. Thank you, Chris.
5 in the line out then for Gloucester-Hartpury. Oh, there's a hand on it from Chiefs, but well gathered by Jones at the front. Good read that from Chiefs. They'll get confidence from that, even though they haven't come up with the ball. Delgado runs into her old teammates.
Advantage is over for the knock-on.
The tip from Bridger to Lund, and then it comes back Chiefs' way, in and around the halfway line.
Scrum.
Makeshift scrum half, Poppy Leach can't keep hold of it. It's scrappy ball again.
Okay. You're just going backwards there.
Yeah, the intensity's there for the first game of the season, but definitely the handling errors are too. And I think it's just that you're not quite match ready. No matter how much fitness you do, it's very different when you've got players up in your face and pressuring that skill set. But the reactions on the floor and diving on the ball, that's definitely not lacking from either side today.
Don't change.
Because most of these players will have had an Allianz Cup game or two. But you can do as much pre-season as you want. Nothing quite prepares the lungs for the first league game of the season.
No, the hits are never as hard either in training as you're going to face in a game.
This good scram from Gloucester-Hartpury. And that experience in the front row playing dividends.
We mentioned Exeter having their entire starting front row out with their Canadians and Americans from the World Cup, and that has hit them hard in that scrum, and Gloucester have really gone for them. It was twisting, going back, they were just completely dominating that entirely.
And this is a big difference maker as well, because we've got a penalty here.
I know, that's why I didn't say anything over there.
Just listening into that conversation between
I understand this is why you've got a penalty here.
The referee and the players, but this is a big difference maker because we're about 40 metres from goal here, and Emma Singh with that cannon of a right boot. There aren't many kickers that can add the points from this kind of distance.
Yeah, and that's I think a fantastic thing in the women's game that has grown over the last 5 to 10 years really is the kicking, and you are getting players like Singh, like Harrison, that can step up in club games and nail points. I want to jinx it, so that's why I was like, I won't. So I'll wait till she kicks it, and then.
Well, she drained a few from just the other side of the 10-metre line in the warm-up. Perfectly still, no breeze, beautiful conditions for the time of year. Sends that goalwards, and it's gone over with interest. Great strike, 3 more points for Gloucester-Hartpury. They lead 10-0.
That was a phenomenal kick, because although it's the 10-metre line, this looks like a really long pitch. I don't know if it's just from us from the gantry, but you do get some pitches that seem longer than others, and that was one of them. So this scrum here is where they absolutely get owned, Exeter here. Gloucester staying really square, their hips are all in tight, they're all the same unit, and then winning the penalty and be able to have Singh to be able to slot that from the 10-metre line is fantastic.
Really deep in-goal areas as well, as Bridger claims that restart. Looks light on her feet and really up for it, Sophie Bridger.
Backwards, clearly backwards.
Yeah, I wonder if we might see some kicks in goal. Because there looks like, 10 or 12 metres between the try line and the dead ball line.
Stay.
That's passed back in and Goulden clears.
Well, tactically it does allow for crossfield kicks, whereas shorter ones obviously don't.
Pass from McGovern does find its way out to the left-hand side. Wasn't the cleanest, but sometimes that bouncing pass can really cause chaos. Buchanan was the one who took it in field. There's McGovern again.
No clear lift.
Flo Robinson has that 6 o'clock pass. Short little tip there to Friday. Runs into contact.
You can't compete until they're out the way.
Another midfield penalty. Chance for McGovern.
You can see the composure, everybody knows what they're doing, they all walk up, there almost isn't a discussion at all, they know they're going for the line out, but the error off of the last one, hopefully they'll get rid of that. Oh no, not what she'd have wanted, although it gives them a platform, but kickers were saying about how they developed in the game, you need that to be down into the 22.
They can't be there because there's no way they can get there, Mo.
So this is the penalty where we go.
Just speed up.
Said tackler wasn't releasing, was it?
Yeah. Steph Else a little bit too keen to get her hands on the ball. So Nielsen. Leach was the target last time. And is also the target this time. Come away with it. Maisie Allen. Just a few of those early season handling errors.
Knock on. Red scrum.
Interesting here in Exeter, clap and say big scrum, but when you've just gone backwards like the previous one, they're not going to be as excited to head into it as that Gloucester pack are.
You want to set
Nancy McGillivray there.
So
Hong Kong under 18 international before making her way over here to play at the top level.
That's it, thank you.
Something we've not mentioned yet is the playing surface. It looks absolutely immaculate. That's a fast track.
Yeah, fast track, lovely conditions as well, weathers-wise. It's cool, but not raining, like fantastic conditions out there.
Better scrum from Chiefs. Not the best of balls there from Mo Hunt, but Bridger picks up the pieces. Squirts out, and Jane Isherwood takes it in. Something we've not mentioned yet, the number of traditionally front row forwards who Gloucester-Hartpury have got in the team today, and the 6-2 bench, as that's worked out to the right-hand side by Singh.
Advantage, yeah, I've got it.
That Singh-Venner combo could be brilliant, not just today, but this season. That's something to get excited about.
Number 12.
And you can see the experience of Natasha Hunt there. Just they had the advantage. She turns to the ref and actually said, "Yeah, we'll take that. We don't want to risk going down the line and actually advantage over. We want to go for our line out."
Come up. Edge of the line.
Another opportunity inside
Up,
the Exeter Chiefs half. Take another look at this high tackle. Yeah, it was McGillivray on the way down.
Yeah, nothing more than a penalty, with the mitigating factors of the player coming down as they come across there.
Another challenge line out by Chiefs.
Contact in the air, you hit her.
And it was contact in the air by the Gloucester-Hartpury player, so that's a small win for Chiefs. And 10-0 down at home, 15 minutes in, you've got to build on little wins like that.
Yeah, the fact that they're scrum, they completely turn that around. They've just gone backwards the one before, and then actually the one just prior to it, really solid. They've got a hands to a Gloucester line out in the previous one, so it's starting to turn their way on a few things, and you've got to take those mini moments, as you said, because those are the things that will make a big difference towards the end.
But they'll be keen to get some points on the board, won't they?
Yeah, they have to. They don't want to let this Gloucester side get too far ahead. But what I do like about the Exeter side is they don't panic. They are 10 points down at home in the first game of the season, but you don't see any of them heads down. They're just completely focused because they know they are a high point scoring team. They know they can do it, and they have that belief.
Poppy Leach rises high. Good clean line out ball for Exeter Chiefs as they send the forwards to work once more. Safely at the back as well, in the hands of Nielsen.
That's once 9.
Now Robinson. Okay, he's gone towards the touchline, so they break away up the short side.
Change of bind.
And a penalty advantage, so a free go at it here for Exeter Chiefs. And just listen to them revving each other up. They're starting to believe.
Yeah, you can hear the scream of "come on, gals!" They're rallying together. A great work to get that advantage off the line. They didn't get to play much off it, so they know what they're doing. They're going for the corner. We've seen them do it countless times last season, and they're going to start with one as well now.
Well, the midfield maul has been pretty good. Can they translate that to 22 success? Territory has been a rarity in these opening 17 or so minutes. Friday goes up, and that maul is looking good. Nielsen at the back there. Gloucester-Hartpury are on the wrong side here. This looking good for the Chiefs, searching for their first points of the Allianz Premier 15 season. Well, they're all doing the merry-go-round there, aren't they? So it comes away 2 meters short. Second time they've been this close. Gloucester-Hartpury with some serious defending to do. And Exeter Chiefs teams over the years have been so disciplined from here. This is a real hallmark of their game. Jeffries, she stopped short. And now it comes out of the back. McGillivray, brilliant tackle from Venner. Takes the gamble.
You're holding on to her.
And she's managed to slow the ball down. Robinson to Friday.
Move. Thank you.
They've lost yards here, but they still have the ball. This feels like an important phase of play in the first half. Big tackle. Oh, huge collision. Gloucester-Hartpury come out on top of it. Friday crashes forward again. Quick ball, good ball. Langford. Chiefs players hitting the line hard. Hitting the line really hard. Ebony Jeffries. What a finish from the back rower.
Huge from Jeffries. How good was that carry? She had players hanging off her. Normally you'd think you'd get stopped short from there, especially with how good this Gloucester defence has been on their goal line. But that carry there was incredible.
First try of the season for the Chiefs. They got momentum though. The quick ball was the killer.
Yeah, it's the speed of the ball. It's recycled really quickly. And here, 1, 2, it was even 3 players because they had Mo Hunt on her back as well. And she just keeps driving. Now, a double tackle in that area. You just got to explain just how hard the leg drive has to be. But then also it's the finish as well with the presentation. So when you've got players hanging off you to now land and have the confidence to get that ball out one hand to score it could easily be spilled. She wanted to finish that one.
Well, back rowers love the chance to get their hands on the ball and terrorise backs. And that is exactly what Jeffries has done there.
Yeah, as a back, you never want to look up and see a back row full steam running at you.
McGovern hits the post, so the scoreboard remains Chiefs 5, Gloucester-Hartpury 10. 20 minutes in, it's starting to look like a rugby match.
Yeah, and they needed it as well, and you could tell that they knew they were going to get it in the way that they were playing. Their decision making, it's very calm, it's very calculated, whereas Gloucester, less calculated, but they are going for it. But the speed of the ball we mentioned already and the way it gets out, so it's off the initial line break, 3 Exeter players over to secure it, and then yeah, that finish, just really good body control from Jeffries.
Oh, and some lovely footwork in midfield as well.
Leave it now.
Taking them a little while, but Chiefs starting to look confident.
Release.
Players really offering themselves in attack.
Wait.
Decent clearance kick. It's not going to go as far as Singh.
No. Thank you.
So Hunt assesses her options. Chiefs get away with that one, but it has slowed the ball down.
Tackle.
Bit of indecision from Gloucester-Hartpury.
Stay still in front. Stand.
And one way to get rid of indecision is to get rid of the ball, and that's exactly what Goulden does. Singh. Cool, calm, collected. Now she's going to have a go at Ownsley, is she? No, she's going to step inside and get met with a hefty tackle from Meryn Doidge, who wins the penalty. And keep your eye on Flo Robinson every time a decision goes Exeter Chiefs' way. A lot like Mo Hunt has been for so many years for Gloucester-Hartpury. She's the one who keeps the energy high in that team.
And I think she's really grown into that role as well. At first coming in being I don't know if nervous is the right word, but just she's grown in confidence and every kind of season that we see her in it, and it's fantastic to see.
Oh, Mo Hunt. I mean, I know they call Gloucester-Hartpury the circus, but I didn't know they had a juggler.
Yeah. Yeah. How many times you managed to say that one before in comms, or is that fresh?
I'm already regretting it, to be honest. Exeter Chiefs have got away with one there. They missed touch with the kick. They bit off a little bit too much, but some of the safest hands in world rugby have just let her down there.
Yeah, like you very, very rarely see Natasha Hunt drop a ball, so they're lucky that they've done that. But
another great chance here for Chiefs, a chance that maybe they haven't earned, but a chance that maybe they'll take advantage of. This looking like a really strong maul. And this is where it all began last time, remember. They're 5 metres short. Hunt's in there. Well, the ball's out. They've already gone. Is there space on the outside here? Singh goes over to cover. Gloucester-Hartpury defenders at ones and twos as Chiefs take themselves to within 5 once more. Robinson up the left-hand side. Another strong carry. Oh, it's desperately close, but it's been held up. Oh, a goal line dropout will allow Gloucester-Hartpury to clear their lines, but they were very nearly the masters of their own downfall there, but it's still Chiefs 5, Gloucester-Hartpury 10.
Exeter just really throwing everything at it. They are very calm, composed when they get towards the 5 metre line, but what I do like is they will try and get it wide as well. Now the pass wasn't the best one out wide, but it did give them an opportunity to stretch that Gloucester defence.
Appreciate that. Let me just make sure I can.
There's a conversation happening here as to whether or not that was straight out.
Okay.
Oh, a really bad error there. Errors can compound and keep going, and that's another one. So from that dropout, obviously you want to put as much pressure as you can, put it deep so you're not giving them good territory, but you've got to keep it infield.
Compound errors giving Exeter Chiefs the opportunity from 5 metres, options both sides. The scrum looked a little bit more stable last time as well. Wonder whether or not Linda van der Velden might fancy a little dart from the base.
I imagine she would, but you do have as well, you've got players wide across from it, so they're going to have options with that midfield. But how about this again? They've been working on their body control and body management, because they're really wiggling around and fighting to get there.
Well, look how close Lizzie Hanlon was to her first try in Exeter Chiefs colours. Georgia Brock has done really well alongside Ellie Rugman there to stop the ball being grounded, but Gloucester-Hartpury under the pump here. And after having it all their own way for the first 15 minutes, Exeter Chiefs slowly building their way back into this one, as we expected.
Yes, yeah, we know that it's going to be a close game. It always is when these two sides are involved, and we're used to seeing big hits. We're getting a few of the nerves out the way, the handling errors that inevitable in the first game of the season, but they're both sides are settling into the game, and at the minute it's going momentum swing to Exeter.
Oh, this is a great chance. Exeter Chiefs with 2 to the right of the scrum, Doidge and Ownsley. Everyone else to the left. Van der Velden. Oh, it opens right up for her. But we go back for the penalty. Oh, she can't believe it. Gloucester-Hartpury dominating the scrum. Van der Velden thought she'd levelled the game.
Yeah, well, I wondered what had happened there, because the scrum was going backwards. Gloucester had clearly got the better of the pack. But the back row are allowed, it doesn't just have to be the 8 as well. At the back of the ball, they can pick it up and go. But I don't know what had happened. I didn't quite hear the referee there. Maybe there was a blocking, stopping Gloucester from getting it. But yeah, that looked like she'd just spotted a little gap and then gone through it. So we'll see what happens. So the scrum initially, Gloucester get a really good drive. They get it going nice and strong. That, for me, I thought ball was out. Did you see something in that I'm not seeing? I thought the ball was out.
When we have a look at it again, I wonder if there's a little tug by Robinson on Hunt, perhaps.
That would explain it, because I don't think what Linda did there, there was anything wrong with it, but if there was obstruction in front of it, that'll be what it is.
One thing worth mentioning is the skill at the back of the scrum by Van der Velden there. A scrum that's on roller skates. She picks and goes. Great hands, great feet.
Such an amazing 8, and I couldn't say her name earlier for whatever reason. I'm going to blame jet lag. Yeah, but Linda van der Velden is incredible.
Gloucester-Hartpury missed touch with the kick. They had back-to-back penalties there to try and make 60 metres, but they have managed to pick the ball up off a knock-on. Monaghan, another good carry from her. What an asset she is to this team. Oh, look at this from Bridger. She is really taking her opportunity in that 12 jersey. Now Golden singing at second receiver, ducks inside the first tackler. She's difficult to bring down, isn't she, Emma Singh?
Yeah, she's one of those players out wide that isn't just fast, she does work hard as well.
Bounce pass to Monaghan. Abby Middlebrook meets it.
Thank you, that's fine.
Oh, big shot, well ridden. Good phase play here for Gloucester-Hartpury, but they're finding the gain line hard to come by.
Advantage.
Van der Velden on the loose ball.
Knock on, black run.
certainly energy-wise, this is a lot more like the defensive Exeter Chiefs we're used to.
Yeah, they're so good at getting their line. They've got good shape. They get line speed. They put a lot of pressure on the attack. And I think Gloucester attacking in the way that he did from the very first whistle, Exeter possibly weren't expecting. But it's very unusual to see them get caught out like that defensively. So they'd have had a word. They're a smart team, and they'd have fixed those problems. And now we're seeing what their defence normally looks like. Gloucester not helping themselves with the handling errors though.
Well, that'll settle in, I'm sure. Early on it was Exeter Chiefs making all the errors, but let's try and let's try and complement the attacking teams for the reason that that's happening, because when teams have been under pressure, we have to credit the way that they have responded, whether it's been Exeter when they conceded that opening try, or Gloucester-Hartpury when they've had to defend their line, 2 or 3 times now, only conceding the once.
And also it's the style of play, high risk, high reward.
Yeah.
Sometimes you give that offload away and someone makes a massive line break, it's amazing. Other times, okay, yeah, it is slightly higher risk, you might knock it on. So style of play that we like, and look at this first scrum. Gloucester are just really owning that, and Exeter at the minute, we thought they might come back into it because they did have that one scrum that evened up, but they're just running backwards, and they're going to really have to have some problem solving within that.
Loose head collapse.
Both of these teams are going to be very different in a few weeks when the internationals come back in. However, having 3 front rowers like Buggy, Jones and Delgado is absolutely massive, and it was interesting that Middlebrook gave away the penalty against Delgado, who was so successful here as an Exeter Chief.
6.
Well, Exeter are known normally for their pack, but having so many players out is a big ask for an entire front row to change is massive.
Gloucester-Hartpury's turn inside the 22. First job done. They find the jumper. And now they go to work. God, looks like hard graft in there, doesn't it?
Yeah, I tended to avoid those when I was playing. Far too much hard work. Keep out wide and run.
Well, it's crude work, and Chiefs defenders have to break away, so Gloucester-Hartpury can go again. Approaching half an hour, 5 metres short.
Use it, 9.
Hunt told to use it. Oh, and Chiefs have spoiled it. They've pinched it, and that is huge.
I would say that's pretty smart play. So when it comes down on a maul, you don't have to roll away. So if the ball becomes unplayable, it goes to the opposition. So a really smart landing. Let's attribute that to. But Gloucester will be frustrated with that. They got such a fantastic drive going forward. They said use it. We thought they were going to wing it out wide to the back line and release them. But yeah, clever defence from Exeter there.
A change for Chiefs. That is Panache Muzambe, capped Scottish international, going straight into that front row. 5 metre scrum.
Crunch.
Let's see if she can make an immediate difference.
Set.
Charlie Gaither having a really good look at this. Mo Hunt has pinched it and tossed it down. Oh, vintage Mo Hunt. Absolutely astonishing play from one of the best nines in the business.
Yeah, I think we'll forgive her the juggle from earlier, because that is what she brings. She is so switched on. Everybody else will be thinking, you know, they'll just be on their whole different game plan, they'll be set, but she will come out with moments of magic like that where she has just read it and no one else has. Appears, dots it down. So incredible.
It's having the audacity to do that.
That's a good word, audacity, to just come round, appear, pop up. But it's the smarts as well. It's rugby smart. She knows what she's doing. She can read the game extremely well. So Exeter already under the pump. They've had a prop come on. So the scrum's under pressure. It's but less so than it was before. But yeah, and then you can just see, it's messy at the back. It's not cleared up, and Mo has just popped on that.
Oh, she must be a nightmare to play against, just all over Robinson in that exchange. And that's a really important try. Red zone efficiency, huge on a day like today.
Well, you'd say that for the last 20 minutes they've been camped defending in their own half, and then they've breached that halfway line once, and then they're over with the score. So great success rate for the times they've been in there.
Singh, 5 points already today. 1 conversion, 1 penalty. 2 conversions, 1 penalty. Gloucester-Hartpury 17, Exeter Chiefs 5. Oh, this will be a good angle of this. Let's see where it's squirted out.
Oh, so yeah, the player herself has just managed to put a heel onto it, so it's come out rather than kept it in there. I actually thought she might pick it initially, but miscommunication and just an unfortunate heel. But Natasha Hunt on the ball as quick as she can be.
You clearly
She's straight back to it now. Maisie Allen was scooting in there, trying to make something happen. That leg drive from Mo Hunt. So that was Mia Venner in at scrum half. There's plenty of rugby at scrum half, actually.
Stay! Now you're on.
Bridger puts a left boot through it, taken by Deutsch. Oh, Chiefs going to look to run it. No, they're going to boot it instead, and Venner all the way over to her right wing. Dangerous runner in broken field, but Chiefs deal with her for now. That's the halfway line.
Never on the ball.
Not a lot of space on that short side, but that's the way that Gloucester-Hartpury go.
Thank you.
Hunt's seen enough. That's going to drop just outside the 22. That's a lovely take too.
Stay still. No go.
The kicking battle commences. Singh sends it back.
Now you're on.
If this goes up again, I'm going to watch for forward standing still.
There could be one more.
Yeah, Hunt's going to send it skywards. She's going to have to chase it herself because no one's with her. They've let it bounce. And once again, Deutsch hasn't taken it cleanly. Hunt with a good chase. It's Leach in at scrum half. Not a place where she's particularly familiar.
Can't put yourself there. Red one,
It's a bit of ill discipline there from Gloucester, allowing Exeter back into this game, because we know what they do when they get the penalty. Big kick into the corner, going for that driven line out.
Well, McGovern sends it touchwood.
Edge is yours, 5 called.
5 minutes to go until half time. Chiefs will be very keen to close this gap, because I'm sure for them out there it won't feel like a 12-point game.
No, because they have been into the mix so much. There was that one held up. They've been in close and they've been almost there, but that doesn't matter after a game. Oh, but it was closer than it felt. Actually, it is just the finishing strike rate.
Clean off the top this time, McGillivray. That's a good carry. Committing Gloucester-Hartpury defenders and getting the offload away. Lovely hands. Friday drives the legs again. McGovern out of the back. Langford. Leach tips it on. Another tip on. Great hands from Ounsley. Not sure she was expecting that ball, but gathers it brilliantly before just holding on, and Neve Jones winning the penalty for the Cherry and Whites.
Ounsley did great initially, because that ball, it was an accidental. I think it was going to be, it wasn't on purpose to do that tap on, but she does it so well. But here, she's done what she's done with her sevens background, which often happens. You get tackled, you release the ball, you get back up. In 15s, it's less likely because players are on you more quickly, so she's been done for holding on there.
A lot of sevens experience in this Chiefs backline, which when it clicks means they're probably going to score some great tries, but you just need to recalibrate from things you get used to on that seven circuit.
Hugely. I did it myself, going from sevens to 15s, and especially when you come from sevens to 15s, you're suddenly like, who are all these people? Where's all my lovely space? And you've got to be a bit more creative in creating it and get your footwork and push in, and the other way around as well. When you go from 15s to 7s and you're looking around a pitch and you're like, oh, there's a lot to defend here. There's a lot of space.
Lovely ball to the back from Neve Jones. Poppy Leach is in there, being a pain in the side, but it's a penalty advantage for Gloucester-Hartpury. So Hunt, out of the back, bit of footwork from Burtonshaw. She makes some good meters with that carry.
Exact same down there, coming back to the first offence.
Again, look how quickly Hunt wants to get to the mark and try and make something happen.
It also makes the defence have to rush as well, even if she knows she's running back there and they know they're going to kick it. Actually, the fact she's running back will make them panic or make them have to think.
Touch finder doesn't quite make the 22, but as we tick towards half-time, the scoreboard and the field position very much in favour of Gloucester-Hartpury.
Well, before this match, me and Jess were talking and we called who we thought would win. I called Gloucester, she called Exeter. So at the minute, I've got bragging rights. but it can all change, as we've seen with these two sides before.
That's a great take from Poppy Leach. She's beaten Monaghan to it. And she's taken it to ground. The worst thing about that, Kat, is you've just said that on the broadcast now, so everyone's heard it. There's nailing your colours to the mast. Oh, lovely work from Venner, wearing 14, but popping up on the left wing there. Georgia Brock takes it in. Both second rowers, Friday and Leach, there to tackle. Isherwood in the second row today, but
your players are there.
She'll spend plenty of time in the front row this season as well. Hybrid, versatile forward.
No! Thank you.
Hunt.
You're offside.
Poppy Leach was offside.
Black 5 offside. Where the white scrum cap was. Thanks, mate. That's for you. Thank you.
Another good touch finder then from Lizzie Golden.
This will be tight.
And this will be the last play of the half. Can Gloucester-Hartpury use it to get try number 3? Monaghan.
Maul.
Clean ball this time. And Gloucester-Hartpury go to work with the maul. Will it yield anything? 3 Chiefs players got themselves on the right side of the ball. Mo Hunt digs them out, and then they rejoin at the back. Here is Hunt. That's a lovely ball to Golden. And Exeter Chiefs survive another test inside their 22.
10 metres.
Oh, and some back chat cost them 10 metres.
9 put the ball down.
But Exeter Chiefs decide they've seen enough, or have they? Oh, look for a second.
Half-time.
Like that might have missed touch. However, Emma Singh's efforts to keep the ball in are adjudged to be a little bit too deep by the AR, and that takes us to half-time in the first Allianz Premier 15s match of the season. It was a superb start for Gloucester-Hartpury. Took less than 90 seconds for Sophie Bridger to cross the whitewash. Emma Singh's boot has been impeccable. Exeter Chiefs have had plenty of opportunity, but just the 5 points to their name as the teams jog into the sheds for half-time here at Sandy Park. It is Exeter Chiefs 5, Gloucester-Hartpury 17. Well, lots to talk about at half-time, including the try highlights. And in fact, let's head there now, because Jess and Kat have got lots to talk about. Let's hear what they've got to say.
Kat, what a start to the season.
Yeah, fantastic. Gloucester came out straight away with their intent off of that kick-off and the line break from Emma Singh, and knew it was going to be a good game as soon as it went for that.
It's ferocious, isn't it? And there's definitely some tension here. We've seen Mo Hunt, she's got in a bit of a fiery situation a couple of times already. Is that just the intensity of how competitive this league is now?
Yeah, completely, and you can see a bit of niggle with it. You know, there was fighting talk before the game. There's no love lost between these two sides, and you can see that with the way they play out on the pitch. But Gloucester definitely having the advantage at the minute, but Exeter with a lot of the territory and a lot of the possession, that, you know, there's tries out there for them. They just have to stay composed.
Absolutely, some handling errors on the pitch there, and I think if they can get control of those in the second half, it's anyone's game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, we're delighted to be joined pitchside by Connie Powell. Connie, it's great to have you here. When did you land back from New Zealand?
We landed on Monday, so not been back too long. So yeah, just adjusting.
What was it like being in New Zealand with England for such a long time? How long were you out there for? Was it
7.5, nearly 8 weeks. Yeah, it was amazing. Like such a good opportunity. Like to be so far away from home and play some rugby out there in like their home of rugby was amazing.
Talk us through your games. You played against South Africa and Fiji. What were they like?
Like an amazing opportunity. Like got my first start as well against South Africa, which was amazing out there. And yeah, just loved every minute of it.
And you can't really prepare to face Fiji because you've never played them before, and South Africa as well, kind of an unknown quantity. So you had quite a tough job in those two matches.
Yeah, like Fiji, the first half, like all the girls will say, like credit to Fiji, they played some great rugby in that first half, and then sort of like broke away the second half. But yeah, like didn't know what to expect of them whatsoever, and they played a great brand of rugby. And then same with South Africa, like the heart they bring in is amazing. So yeah, it was a really good opportunity.
And how much are you looking forward to getting back into the Allianz Premier 15s?
Yeah, like cannot wait. I couldn't stay away today. I wanted to come down and support the girls, and like the buzz around Gloucester is like really amazing. I've been hearing about it from the girls while I've been away, but like credit to the girls that have come in. Like they've like the shirts are really like they've taken their opportunities, and it's really exciting.
Great, thank you, Connie. We're going to bring in Claudia McDonald from Exeter to talk. We're going to talk through some of the Exeter tries now. They should be appearing on screen for you to see. Claudia, how are you? Lovely to see you.
Very well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you back on the pitch. I mean, it's been an incredible few weeks, I imagine.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. Obviously, it didn't have the fairy tale ending that perhaps we would have wanted. It's easy for that to kind of cloud the whole journey, but no, yeah, it's always really important to remember how many good things were achieved along the way and how much we did achieve. So yeah, have to look back on it with some pride.
And for you personally, I was raving about it before. I get an opportunity to rave about it again. The Abby Dow try that you stepped 3 people in order to create it, and then that massive long pass. As you passed it, did you know she was going to score? That you weren't sure.
I think I gave her a good chance. And thankfully, she's an excellent finisher. So she didn't need a whole lot of space to go and finish it off. But no, it was really cool. But I just remember seeing her face there, like nodding with her arm out, and I was like, yeah, this is the one.
I back
you can have it. Yeah.
Well, it was the best try. I loved it. Like one of my favourite tries. I don't stop talking about it.
Two wingers, you can't not love it.
Exactly.
You two have been compared quite a lot this week, especially. Like Claudia, people have been saying you're the next Cat Merchant. Been looking for a really physical winger. I think you're making your name in your own right. But what a phenomenal! I mean, four tries in one match. It's just an incredible achievement, isn't it?
What was that? Sorry, I didn't hear.
4 tries.
Oh yeah,
against Fiji.
Yeah, God, it feels like a long time ago now, but I guess that game, the first half was an absolute battle. Like Fiji really brought it to us. My goodness, I've never been in such a physical battle. And then I guess the second half we just managed to string some nice phases together, and I was on the end of a few of those, so can't complain too much. I was very fortunate, but yeah, it was a good game for us in the end.
And you've moved, turning our attention to the Premier 15s, you've moved down to Chiefs. What's it been like so far?
Yeah, I've loved it. I mean, I haven't been around a huge amount. We only just landed back on Monday. But just before the World Cup, I was able to get down, see some of the training. And just loved it. I mean, the environment here is amazing. You just look at the number of people already at the first game of the season. It's just really cool. It's only going to build. So, yeah, just looking forward to being out on the pitch now.
The fan base here is incredible, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome, isn't it? It's really, really cool.
The supporters around the stadium, they were cheering so loudly for Chiefs. I mean, it was hard to actually focus on the match because it was so loud. Now, they were cheering for Chiefs, and let's have a look at the highlights of Exeter Chiefs in that first half.
This finish here was such a good carry. The leg drive here from Jeffries. She's got 2 players hanging off her, and then the leg drive in order to get over the line. And I said it before, it's the ability to be able to one hand, it's the reach out to score off the back of it as well. And credit to the speed of the ball that's created to enable them to be able to do that. But yeah, great finish.
Claudia, what would you like to see from Exeter in the second half?
I think at the moment we're creating opportunities, and there is certainly lots of opportunities out there. It's just that finishing, that slight clinicalness of our handling and our skill sets. I think we've won a couple of kick battles. It's been some nice, like when we're in space we're looking really dangerous. When we've got the ball on the front foot in defence we're putting them backwards, which is really cool to see. I think it's just like that neatening up of the handling. Like, it's obviously probably a bit damp. It looks like it's damp. People are slipping all over the place. But I think if we can do that, then we're going to convert a little more.
Now, this season, there's been a lot of talk. It's the third time lucky, potentially for Exeter. It's the season to win the title, surely.
I think every club sits there and thinks it's their time to win the title, doesn't it? So it's very early to call it. But I think, certainly we've got a really cool setup here. We've got some exciting signs. That sounds weird because it's talking about myself, but
I did see your Instagram though. That was amazing. You literally replicated it exactly with the style and the position. So
I meant across the board. I meant
a great sign of me. Yeah. Okay.
No, as in like signings for the club. But I think it's going to be really exciting. So I think certainly if we can play our best rugby throughout the season, then we'll be in for a good shot.
But we can certainly say that you're an exciting signing for Chiefs. We can say that, can't we?
Yeah, it's a huge signing for them. I think they desperately wanted to get their England player contingency to come, and you're the first of them to come to it, and it's exciting because you can play so many different positions as well for them. So we're excited to see you on the pitch for them.
Thank you.
Claudia, I'd just like to mention last season when we last caught up at a Premier 15s match, you were in that really uncomfortable position where you didn't know if you were going to play rugby again. You'd had the neck injury, and here you are. You've signed for Chiefs. You've had an incredible World Cup campaign. I mean, how does it feel?
Yeah, it's pretty special, really. I mean, you remember how incredible it is to be out here, to be playing rugby, for it to be, your job almost, just what you do for your livelihood. It's pretty special. So, I love it. I definitely don't take it for granted anymore. And then, you never know how long it's going to last for. But I love it. It's really cool to be back and able to play. Some of those days were pretty dark, pretty rubbish. Yeah. So it's nice to be back and thankfully not thinking about it too much.
Now, we've been mentioning the support, and it feels like after the World Cup, we're hoping to see a real rise in the fan base in women's rugby. Are we seeing that already today? I mean, this is brilliant. This is a brilliant turnout. 1,500 people for a Premier 15s match.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think Exeter anyway did excellently last season with having a huge fan base, consistently getting loads of people down to watch the games, which I think is brilliant. But I think absolutely across the board, there's just so many more people interested that want to watch, that want to play. The number of sort of messages that I've received, and I know a lot of the girls received about people retaking up rugby or going and starting up a rugby team. So I think certainly there will be an increase in coverage and following and everything else.
I mean, playing at a packed out Eden Park, that seemed incredible and so intimidating, I imagine.
It was just incredible. I mean, I couldn't stop smiling as I came out. It didn't matter that the crowd was against us. It didn't matter that the screams and the yells and the cheers weren't for us. It was that there was that many people there supporting women's rugby, and it was just incredible. Like, as I ran out, I was grinning my head off. I looked back, I could see Poppy behind me just grinning, and I was like, this is really cool, this is really special. So hopefully, we'll have more occasions where that many people are coming to watch our games, because you want more people to experience that. Like, running out to a packed out stadium is just something incredible that I think the men obviously take for granted, but when you haven't experienced it before, it is amazing.
And we're hoping now that in the Women's Six Nations, England versus France at Twickenham, the first standalone fixture for England women at the National Stadium. Now, 80,000 people. Is it possible in March next year?
Well, the aim is for World Cup. They reckon they're going to do it. For the France game as well, they've already sold 20,000. The last time I checked, it's probably 22 by now. I'm making up the stats. But it's at least 20,000 sold already. Like, how impressive is that?
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, so if you haven't got your tickets already...
oh, there she goes.
Get your tickets. It's going to be a clash of the titans, that one. But yeah, it would be an excellent game. I think 20,000 already with months to spare before the game is incredible. So huge step forward already. I mean, I think the biggest crowd we had in the autumns was 12 or 13,000. So already to have that many more is amazing. And yeah, France-England is going to be a big game. So yeah, get down.
Well, we'll let you get off your soapbox already, although we agree with you. If you haven't got tickets, make sure you get your tickets straight away. Thank you so much. Really great to see you, and looking forward to watching you run out for Chiefs soon.
Thanks very much. Looking forward to it.
Thanks, Claudia. Now, Kat, should we turn our attention now to the Gloucester tries that we've seen?
I think we should.
Yeah, Gloucester got off to a really strong start.
Yeah, so an amazing break initially from Mo off the scrum, and then Sophie Bridges just does such a lovely support line. She comes in from her centres, she knows what Mo's likely to do, she does that pick, she cuts the line here, really difficult to defend against the grain, lovely score.
Let's have a look.
and then this, the next one. So Exeter going in with the scrum. They know they're under the pump a little bit. You know, they've got new players in there. It's going backwards. There's a little bit of miscommunication. And who is on that? Natasha Hunt. So quick, like a dart. She just knew. She saw it was out. She knows the rules. She can't go for it too early. She waits for the opportune moment. So smart. Really clever play. And Exeter will be really gutted with that because they are under cosh, but it's just, it's slipped out, an error. However, that scrum is a real area of concern for Exeter.
A textbook Natasha Hunt try, some would say.
Oh, what? Sorry. The crowd's actually come in as we've been talking about. I didn't hear.
A textbook Natasha Hunt try, some would say.
Absolutely. Yeah, she was just so on it, and it was great to see.
Right, so we've got kick-offs now happening, so I'll throw back to Dave up in the gantry.
Thank you, Jess. Mo Hunt gets us underway in the second half. One try, one fumble, an action-packed 40 minutes for Mo Hunt, as always. But Exeter will be keen for a great start to this second 40. The light just dropping now. We can see the shadows in the floodlights, and this great crowd have really got behind them. Oh, and a spiral kick as well. And a real win there for Chiefs. Beautiful nudge. Ellie Rugman sends it touchwards. Just a couple of changes in the Exeter Chiefs team that have been brought to us. So Sophie Langford is at 12. It's Daniel Priest moved up to 13. And then on the bench, Gabby Cantona is wearing number 22. I'm sure we'll see her in the second half. But just an update on things for the home team in black. We're into the Gloucester-Hartpury half for the first time in this second 40. Here is Langford sending a crash ball for Ebony Jeffries, the try scorer. Brilliant try as well. Here's Buchanan. She wriggles her way through a couple of tackles before being dragged down on the 10. Now Leach popping that one out of the back. Here's Van der Velde. I want to get her hands on the ball more. She'll have thought she may have got more in the first half. She did cross the line, but it was a penalty for Gloucester-Hartpury in the end.
Coming back.
Again, a turbocharged Cat has made her way up to the commentary position. Looked like you had a lot of fun down there. Claudia's in great form.
Oh, she is, isn't she? And she's always just excited to play. And she said about running out to play New Zealand with a smile on her face, but I don't actually think I've ever seen her without one on her face, apart from maybe on the pitch where she's getting a bit feisty. But no, she is a great signing for this side, and she'll have a really big impact.
I wonder if we'll see her more at 9 or in the back 3.
Yeah, well, there is that. She can cover all areas, and that's why it's such an exciting signing as well.
Gloucester-Hartpury, please just step out.
Exciting signings for Gloucester-Hartpury as well. Well, as well as the World Cup players coming back in, they've got Sarah Beckett to join as well. I mean, she's on the naughty step at the moment, still suspended.
Clear gap, please.
She's such an aggressive player, so she does make a big difference when you've got her on your side. The way that she carries, the way she fronts up to big ball carriers as well, and she matches them, and that's really important for them.
Well, Exeter Chiefs more than matching Gloucester-Hartpury up front here. After that first half substitution, Muzambi's in there in the red scrum cap, number 17. Gloucester-Hartpury rejoining.
Okay, thank
you. They've pinched that ball.
Advantage red.
Goodness me, and they're going.
Advantage is over.
Singh throws the dummy again, drives the legs, gets outside the 22, makes 2 or 3 metres she's got no right to, but then Hunt pumps that down McGovern's throat. She returns it with interest and lofts the offload out of the back door. That goes into touch.
Some more juggling, an opportunity for some circus chat again, perhaps. But I think it is the desperation now of thinking they have to create something, have to do something, they want to keep it in, and that does just, the tension builds and errors will happen.
Steve Jones pretty good with the darts in the first half, not so much there, and Nielsen carry that into midfield. Robinson sends Hanlon. She had a great carry that nearly resulted in a try in the first half. These little tips working nicely for Chiefs, trying to create quick ball, but Gloucester-Hartpury wise to it. And Hunt injecting some pace again, tips that one onto Monaghan. Thinking about the pass, but then just allowed to get back up. Well, Lizzie Goulden with all the space that she needs, and now a line break. Gloucester-Hartpury looking dangerous when they can inject pace. Hunt told to play.
Leave it now, thank you.
Chiefs slow it down.
Off you get now, thank you.
Friday, big physical tackle. Singh steps out of the attack. Chewy Pelotu is on. Now she can carry. She's another of the players who's... They're hoping to transition into a tight head prop. However, she's played a lot of rugby in the second row, because if you get her hands on the ball, she can be devastating.
Absolutely, and again, a real utility player. If you can find yourself covering across multiple positions, you just add so much value to a team and for selection.
I mean, I've talked about spirals already. Was that an inside of the boot spiral we saw there? That's art. That is art.
It is art. I do think she'd have wanted more than 10 metres on that art. But yeah, different technique.
Art is always subjective, Kat.
So does that mean my toe punt would have been considered art?
In some...
my panic toe punt.
In some circles.
Yeah.
I'm not sure they've hung it in the Louvre. No, that's been picked off. That's not great ball. They've left it short. Monaghan's got it. Oh. Here come Gloucester-Hartpury again. Tackle. Ellie Rugman gets the legs pumping. Here's Monaghan.
Move on.
Makes a metre. No, Jones tips it on. Is that forward? That was a big shot either way. Oh, pick that one out. Contestable ball this time. Robinson misses it completely. Buchanan's in behind her though. Georgia Brock makes the tackle. Poppy Leach gets her head down, and she's met low as well. Might have been a little bump of heads there.
No.
Good step. Good dummy. Good tackle. Cecilia Tuipulotu. Watch that well then. Friday. She's been really busy in the engine room. Not as much space for Robinson as she thought there might be. Nielsen. Chewy Pelotu again. No way through.
Use it.
No score in the second half yet. 7 minutes gone. Maisie Allen.
Use it. Backwards. Stay in front.
Taken on the half volley, and again McGovern thinks she's seen some space. All happened in slow motion. Similar to Gloucester-Hartpury in the first half, Chiefs just struggling for gain line a bit, getting stuck in that middle third.
Thank you. Let go.
No obvious outlet here, so Robinson's going to send it skywards.
Use it, 9.
Big chase, big tackle, well ridden. Rugman and Buchanan clashing. Now Singh takes it laterally before straightening up and getting away. Beautiful balance from Singh.
That's fine.
And there are numbers here for Gloucester-Hartpury. Can they maintain their composure? No, not this time.
No, forward pass coming in there, but before that, I tell you what, Singh just brings another pace to the game. It's that lovely arc that she runs. She carves up. She's very balanced when she runs as well, which keeps defenders falling off her. And then the ability to then move it wide. That pass eventually going into touch. I think it was a slight forward pass as well. But there was numbers there. And they really are looking to go for the kill when it comes to those scores out wide.
Just a reminder of the fixtures today.
12, Black 8 sub.
Well, we've got a few subs actually. Just another look at that Emma Singh run there. She just mazes her way through. Lovely balance. That's not an easy skill, is it?
No, she just manages to, howler of a pass there, puts hand to her head. But yeah, it's this footwork there, just again, it's the balance of it. It's very light, so she's light on her feet, so she can go either direction. Not as such a power stepper, but one that can, the ability to change direction very easily.
The change is being made in the pack. Van der Velde off, Nielsen off. So that'll be Cleaner Maloney on. She joined for Wasps at the same time as Claude MacDonald. So I'm sure the Chiefs will be delighted to welcome her into the fray.
5 entry.
Sam Monaghan
10 over here, so.
infringes.
Red 5 entry.
So while this ball goes into touch, I was going to talk about the fixtures, because if you're enjoying this, then you're spoiled for choice with live games tomorrow as well. Saracens versus Loughborough Lightning, Harlequins versus Worcester Warriors, both available on live stream.
There's 5 there. There's 5 there.
Both good games as well, certainly in the Allianz Cup. Worcester Warriors, despite all of the turmoil around the club, they've been ruffling a few feathers.
Yeah, really pulled together, I think, as a squad and put in some fantastic performances, which, I played for Worcester my entire career, so I'm a big supporter of them, but I think everybody on the whole was sympathetic to their situation, so it was really great to see them playing well.
All the other teams will be sympathetic to their situation until they start beating them. Then
Yes,
it'll be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
How quickly the sympathy runs out as Katie Buchanan puts on the footwork. Diminutive figure, but showing really good strength. Great commitment to making metres as Leach pumps the pass again. That's an accidental offside.
It's come off 22's foot into 13. It's a scrum.
We've seen Poppy Leach show some really good touches in midfield today, haven't we?
Yeah, she's playing like more of a centre, really, because she is strong in that pack, but she's not scared to do those tip-ons, to move it, and it really helps the width at which they can play at.
As you see Mo Hunt there, we've already mentioned the fact that she coaches the Hartpury women's team, but Poppy Leach coaches the Exeter University women's team as well, and her Exeter gave Mo's Hartpury their first defeat of the season, so that's a renewed rivalry today.
Huge. But how great is it that we've got these incredible women in the Premiership coaching the next generation to come through, passing on that invaluable knowledge, and I think that's just fantastic, and we're going to see this Premiership grow even more and more.
Well, these two here today, and also Katie Trevarthen, the prop forward at Loughborough Lightning, she coaches the university team, and these really experienced players, and not just experienced players, but top players with that level of experience too, just making sure that the game continues to thrive. Great charge down by Singh. Couple of wonderful kick chases from her.
Turnover's good. Leave it now. Red.
Half an hour to go. Gloucester-Hartpury ball, all come from that Emma Singh chase. First time really that we've looked right in this second half as Chui Pelotu gets over the gain line, shuffles forward, and this a good platform now.
No! Off feet first, thank you.
Hunt, she's got Buggy who tips it on to Monaghan, who just hasn't stopped.
Never got your hands to the ball.
Chui Pelotu again. Been working hard on her conditioning. She's made plenty of tackles and carries already. Now Goulden thinks she's seen a gap. Doesn't exist. Good tackle. But quick ball. Singh steps again but loses her balance, and Leach might set something here. Good clear out. But good phase play for Gloucester-Hartpury. First real test of the Chiefs' defence in the second half. Good carry from Buggy. Now in the shadow of the posts. 5 metres short.
Always there.
Hunt wants Hanlon to move.
No!
Friday with the tackle.
They've got to be happy with the scrum here. We've seen how dominant Gloucester have been, so they'll be eyeing up this scrum with glee.
Just scrum Red Bull. Let's go, girls. No, I can't give it you if the players are holding them.
Love that bit of interaction there between referee and Mo Hunt. Mo, I can't give it to you. Your own player's holding it in.
He's got a very calm demeanour, Charlie Gaither, isn't he?
He does, yeah, throughout. But it used to be the case you could hold a player, you could hold the ball in and accuse him of holding on, whereas now the referees are encouraged that actually if you feel that is happening, you're not giving that penalty.
Big scrum here. Chiefs a little bit too keen, but we'll reset.
So ref deemed there that both have gone down, because here you could think that Exeter might want to put it down on purpose just so they can't get a pushover try.
Okay. Got something about both tight heads there. Let's get it back to where we were, please.
Well, we reset. Steph Else at number 8.
You're both leaning over the mark and we're not getting enough space. Step off.
Chewy Pilotu in the second row alongside Monaghan now.
Crouch.
Still Brock on that open side.
Bind.
Steph Else in the scrum cap. There at number 8. Good early collision. Exeter Chiefs looking to put the squeeze on, and Hunt has a little look. Short ball from Hunt. There's space out to the right-hand side. The ball's not going to need to go there, because that is a great finish. From the first phase, Rachel Lund gets her first try of the season. It's a good finish, and she made it look easy.
Yeah, Rachel Lund's an out-and-out finisher. I knew her back in the day when she was a young skinny wing and moved herself into that centres. But when she gets ball in hand, she's so strong and fast. But she's an out-and-out, wants to get over that try line. Some centres are looking to scan to pass, but here, actually, ball in one hand, hand off. Deutsch can't get near her, straight over that line. Slightly lateral, but who cares? If you're running lateral and you're managing to fend people, trying.
She's drifted around 4 defenders there.
Well, I think the defence will be really quite mad at themselves, because you can't allow that. If someone's running sideways, by all by all intents and purposes, you should be getting absolutely chopped down. But credit to Lund there. She had a really good fend. She showed up the defence. Really good, strong finish for her. But Exeter, yeah, they're going to be having words, because that's not the wall of defence we're used to seeing.
Chiefs 5, Gloucester-Hartpury 22. We'll get a great view of this. No blemishes on the copybook for Emma Singh so far. Can't quite fade that one in. First miss of the day for her. Tough one for the right footer. Chiefs 5, Gloucester-Hartpury 22.
I'm going to blame you for that one. Commentator's curse. No blemishes.
Come on, she's not going to be 100% for the season.
Yeah. But no, great confidence as well. Exeter scrum did manage to sort itself out. It didn't go backwards, but such to the credit of Gloucester-Hartpury, they're a smart team, and actually they knew, okay, this isn't going over, but what we can do is we can pick, we can release the likes of Rachel Lund, strong fast runners.
McGovern gets us back underway. Monaghan returns it with interest.
Release now.
Abby Fleming on wearing number 20 for Exeter Chiefs. She's involved with the defensive effort. And that is out on the full. Taken back into the 22. And a chance for Exeter Chiefs to respond immediately.
Yeah, so a few kick-in areas. The one earlier in the first half, kicking it straight out and having to then come back for the scrum. This one kicking straight out, just seeming to be the slight habit in there, and actually just being aware of your surroundings, where it's going, because we have seen some beautiful kicks. We mentioned them earlier about just outside the 22. So beautifully timed to go across, so they can't call the mark. They then have to kick it back. But we're talking about centimetres of these kicking accuracy, and we can see it so well.
Gloucester-Hartpury bringing on Karen Lake, opting for experience.
Say more.
40 Wales caps, that is pretty experienced. But Exeter Chiefs looking for try number 2 here. We're approaching the final quarter of the game, and they've got a bit of a deficit to chase, so Friday goes to work. Robinson Picks out Cantona, she's come on, we're in number 22. Another positive carry, that is Abby Fleming. Now Jeffries. Remember that try she scored in the first half. Doesn't get there this time, but does create some quick ball. McGovern. Gloucester-Hartpury go high, but make the tackle nonetheless. Robinson. Leach looking for the inside ball, but tips it outside towards the posts. Gloucester-Hartpury, close to the ball, but not quite. So Chiefs can crash into the line again. That is into a red and white wall. Maisie Allen. Oh, this is a good chance for Chiefs now.
Keep your hands up.
Lena Maloney. Replacement hooker. Fleming. A metre short now. Maybe even less than that. Maisie Allen.
Leave that, 7 out. No.
They just look so confident on the ball, these Chiefs forwards. Friday.
5 pick the ball, play on.
Poppy Leach presents herself. Muzambi goes and reaches. Oh, it doesn't get a lot closer.
Okay, the post is in the way. She can't do that. It's gone back.
Oh, in the old days, the post protector was 5 points.
Yeah, you managed to dot it down on the bottom of the post, and you'd have got the points. But here, they'll have to go for the scrum instead, which hasn't been necessarily their friend today. But they have managed at times when they're focused on it to at least get it solid enough to get the ball to the back.
Well, Lizzie Golden's last contribution was that kick out on the full, so not the ideal way for her to end. However, she'll be relatively happy.
So the post was actually trapping your player from getting out of the way and releasing, and then their player was allowed to try and reach for the line. So because it's unplayable there, we're going scrum back.
Really calm, really concise, and tells them exactly why he's made that decision, and that's great. Not only for the audience watching it to understand, but for the players themselves to be calm. Okay, that's fair, that's rational, and to play on. So great refereeing there.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a few times, but he has taken a composed approach to being in charge out there. Charlie Gaither, Chris Bartlett and Kevin Williams are his ARs on either side.
Nice big one just there.
But good territory here for Chiefs, and still plenty of time in this game as well. They've not really had that period of pressure that they did in the first half, though, yet, have they?
No, and it was the territory, and there is still the composed calm, but
Go left of the mark.
Soon they're going to have to just really go for it and get intensity, because we've seen the likes for Gloucester, Natasha Moe Hunt as well as Emma Singh. There's injections of pace that suddenly change the game, and Exeter at the minute haven't quite got that.
Well, is this the moment? They've reshuffled the back row. Maisie Allen packing down at 8 now.
Both down this side, reset black. So keep your feet underneath you.
With Poppy Leach there on the flank. Abby Fleming has gone into the second row alongside Friday. And then Ebony Jeffries has shifted to the open side. So Maisie Allen, she's got a decent try-scoring record actually. 7 in 17. Another with 7's experience. Is she going to have a little dart here? From 8, yes she is, and Mo Hunt, great pressure, forces the knock on, and again, whether it's attacking or defending, she is a nightmare at the base of the scrum.
It's that nous, it's that attacking defensive nous. She knows how important it is. She steps up at the big moments. She's disrupted play there, stopped what could have been an Exeter try should they have built to it. So these key moments in games is what keeps teams motivated. So great decision, great execution as well. So we'll see it more here in detail. So brilliant. Just as soon as she's touched the ball, she's on it, causing that pressure, forces the knock on.
And this is a real test of the conditioning of these scrummaging forwards as well. Back-to-back scrums.
You're up, that's good. No, same my side, mate.
I mean, we're not going to need it for a little while yet, Kat. But you're on player of the match duty here. This is going to be a tough decision today.
I know, very tough. Players have really stepped up in some exciting play. So, yeah, always around this mark, I start scanning names and I'm like, right, well, she could get it, she could get it, she could get it. Yeah, so it's there's quite a few names out there.
Gloucester-Hartpury ball. But field position-wise, Chiefs in a good spot. Need a score, need it quickly.
Set.
Putting the squeeze on at the scrum. Gloucester-Hartpury going backwards. Mo Hunt getting the ball out. And that's the try scorer, Lund, trying to secure things. Tui Pelotu. Carried well since coming on. Not with these big line busts that we've seen from him, but good game line carries. Hunt sends that flat. Deutsch misses it with the foot, but it is back with Chiefs and McGovern. Off the short side. Nice ball to Allen, but then forwards off Leach.
Nine's every right to play that. Knock on first.
It was the right decision to go blind. There was no defenders there, spotted it, but just don't think Leach was expecting the back inside pass. They got the fumble, but they're very much chasing the game at the minute. Deutsch hasn't, but normally I think she's fantastic in the back three, but today a few have gone awry with the handling and receiving of the high balls. So by not taking it cleanly means it's putting slightly under pressure, and it's just pressure, I think is the right word for what's starting to happen to the Exeter side.
Just step off.
Well, a couple of changes. An interesting Gloucester-Hartpury today opting for the 6-2 bench. Monaghan and Delgado coming off.
Crouch. 5.
Good shift from the pair of them.
Set.
Well, that changed the dynamic of the scrum. Well, that peels in. It's advantage to Gloucester-Hartpury. Karen Lake.
You have a penalty over there, Mo.
She's opted for the long leggings under the shorts today, Karen Lake.
Yeah.
See it on the 4G. Don't see it on the grass very often.
No, I'm not against it. You want to keep your legs warm, especially you're coming off the bench. You want to make an impact. So I'm okay with it.
Sophie Bridger on kicking duty.
Take the line.
And that makes a big difference as well. I read something recently about teams who've got a left footer and a right footer. So when you've got a penalty in midfield and you can pinch some extra metres, handy to have those options.
Yeah, completely. And just keeping player confidence up to go, yeah, I've got this one, this is my role, this position, I'll go that way. And it's massively valuable for that left-footed kicker.
Gloucester, step in.
And Kira Cooney on for Gloucester-Hartpury. We pick a good ball there. And then Neve Jones sends them to work. There is Lake. Floodlight's having to work pretty hard now as well, as the light drops here.
Move out.
It's the time, just after 4:20. Into the last quarter of the game. Tui Pelotu driving through Jeffries. Brilliant carry, Tui Pelotu.
Advantage.
And they've got a penalty advantage. Exeter Chiefs, side entry, little nudge in behind from Bridger, the chase on, Chiefs get there.
Coming back.
Playing with some confidence though, Gloucester-Hartpury.
16.
Real confidence, and as well, I think had that kicking just gone slightly wider to the outside where the chase was coming from, that could have really worked out for them. But it was a nice nudge, kept low, wouldn't have been able to go over because defence was up. So that nice little cheeky nudge in between and a good chase, but yeah, just needed slightly to bounce out, and I think they would have had it. But great initial carry, good line speed, and it's the speed, generally the speed of ball that they've had. That one not as fast as I remembered it live, but look at that, lovely decision to go through. Yeah, 2 metres to the left, and I think that bounces up, and Gloucester are over.
The Keris Hale on as well. Another one with over 40 caps for Wales. I don't know if it's the proximity to the border or the fact that Sean Lynn's in charge. They do love a Welsh player at Gloucester-Hartpury. Emma Singh 28 metres out, just about bang in front of the sticks, for a 20-point lead for the away team. It's good.
So solid under the boot. Sings really kept this Gloucester game ticking those points over, just expanding on their lead. And if Exeter are going to do something, it's got to be now.
Charlie Woodman coming on
They're just looking at footage for possible head
for
contact.
Merrin Deutsch. 3 tries in 5 appearances for Woodman. Bit more physical, 5'10", tall.
HIA, please. I need a new player.
A bit of a blow here for Gloucester-Hartpury because Cecilia Tuipulotu
Gloucester-Hartpury player on.
is leaving the field.
Yeah.
Charlie Gaither is saying HIA. So Liliana Popadek is coming on. Made her debut versus Harlequins in the Allianz Cup. Covers second row, covers back row. Pending the HIA result, she's got just under 15 minutes to make an impression on the Allianz Premier 15s.
Step. Thank you. Use it.
Well, it's practically a 3-score lead now, isn't it? Because even if Exeter Chiefs get
Wingers
all the
on,
tries,
go.
they've still got to get the conversions to get back into the game. 3 tries for Gloucester-Hartpury. They're 1 away from that bonus point. 5 points on the road would be a massive statement at the start of the season.
Huge. Starting the season so strong, and especially with the players that are yet to come into this side, it's a big message to the league.
Nudged into space, Singh happy to let it drift out into touch.
Speed this up. 5 and that's told.
Confirmation then to Tuipulotu off for the HIA. Temperature's dropped as well, hasn't it? It's got a bit chilly, but conditions for this time of year, incredibly lucky.
Yeah, lovely, lovely conditions. And it's allowed both sides to get it wide, which is great and what we want to see.
The Popadeks knocked that on, so Chiefs with some ball they weren't expecting. What can they do with it? That's Lizzie Hanlon. She's put in a big shift on the tight head side. Muzambi. Oh, there's a bit of afters there as well. I wonder if Cleena Maloney might have got herself in some trouble there. It was off the camera shot. Oh, that's a big shot. Hanlon's busy. Does make its way out to the left-hand side. Buchanan shifts infield. Gloucester-Hartpury making them presence felt physically.
Advantage offside.
McGovern.
I've got it, yeah, I've got it. Number 21.
With an advantage as well. Cooney was offside. And then Charlie Gaither kicks them when they're down.
Yeah, straight away. Oops, sorry. Yeah, so you see that. I've seen some great clips where you see the physio arriving onto the pitch to help, or they slip and they end up hoofing them as well. So that almost was that, but looks a little bit like it's just cramp. I say just cramp. Cramp's horrible, but in terms of longevity and being able to stay on the pitch, it's better.
Well, front row forwards, when they put a shift in like this, I mean, it is cramp, but I think everyone else on the field will be happy to give the lungs a bit of a rest as well.
Absolutely.
And we're going to carry on.
Is that the player down? Okay. No, I wasn't, except for that subbing.
It's physical out there.
Thank you.
But Chiefs with a big chance now.
You're being subbed.
If they're going to make something happen, they need to make it happen consistently and quickly, because they do need 2 scores just to get within losing bonus point territory.
And we saw how tight it was at the top of the league last season. So those bonus points, whether they're the 4 4-point 4 tries for it, or whether it's within the losing, they're really vital.
Once again, Leach was the target at the line-out. The maul's set. Gloucester-Hartpury looking to commit some numbers here, but Exeter Chiefs driving towards the line. 10 minutes to go. They've got an advantage. They need a try. Robinson digs.
To be played. Still playing advantage.
And Jeffries is going to have to step in at scrum half. Friday offers herself a tireless carry. A lovely pass from the second rower. Puts Katie Buchanan in. Total rugby from Exeter Chiefs.
And boy, did they need to do it then, and they did. They showed up when they had to. A really lovely play back blind. Buchanan just sneaking into that width, almost unspotted, but really good play to move the ball across. So you can see here scanning across, and then this miss pass beat all the defenders, and fantastic finish out wide.
Lock forwards making miss passes to wingers in the channel.
It's what we want to see. It's what we're all here for.
And Gloucester-Hartpury aren't going to see that coming, because Friday's carried so hard all day they're thinking she's going to get her head down here. Not this time.
Well, Leach and Friday players like that are able to carry, to draw defenders in when they can do that pass as well. It's just so valuable, because you can't sit off them or they're going to run over you, but you're not expecting them to throw that pass in. So great, exciting rugby.
Exeter 10, Gloucester-Hartpury 25. Incidentally, the conversion was missed, so it's still a 3-score lead. Oh, we get a lovely view of this here, right across the face of play.
Just love a pass like that. Just a flat pass where the winger reads it and hits on. It's dreamy.
Back underway, inside the last 10 minutes. A Chiefs able to capitalise. A Gloucester-Hartpury able to get try number 4 that would get them the bonus point here at Sandy Park. What I will tell you is the season is underway. The excitement's lived up to the hype.
No, leave it now.
And all the pre-season mumblings about Gloucester-Hartpury have come to fruition. Put on a great show here. McGovern. That one's been lost forward.
Knock on into touch. Line out has been called.
Exeter, when they switch on, they've shown exactly what they can do, but they've just not seemed to be. They've been simmering rather than firing, I think. Whereas Gloucester, when they do it, they've just had the intensity higher in this game in general. But the ability, just lost the ball in contact. Well timed to tackle as well as she's getting it, so forces the knock on.
But as they settle into the season, as you alluded to earlier, as Poppy Leach pinches another line out, those passes will stick, won't they, when they get used to the intensity of the season, as we've got a lovely ball over the top for the try scorer Buchanan to run onto. She beats Singh, and Chiefs up to halfway. It's Jeffries tipping it on, and this time Friday does get her head down. No miss pass from the lock forward this time.
There's 2 penalties here or over there.
Penalty on halfway. Chiefs now with a little bit of space. Jeffries has a look left. Buchanan. Oh, the roar she's getting from the crowd as well. Chiefs supporters in full voice. Leach. Lovely ball to Fleming. Where's this Chiefs been for 70 minutes? Oh, they look good when they cut loose. It's McGovern in a wider channel. Dump to the turf. Skipped out, juggled by Maisie Allen. Offload's good. Not that good though. They're trying to play free-flowing rugby.
15, let go.
The Gloucester-Hartpury turn the ball over. Time running out here for Chiefs to get anything from this game, but Mo Hunt's got herself in a bit of trouble. So who's going to step in at 9 in her absence? Approaching the final 5 minutes.
Don't do it. Thank you.
Gloucester-Hartpury in no rush here for obvious reasons.
Off now. Still time. 2 minutes. No. Out now. Always committed there.
And as Mo Hunt kicks that ball to touch, referee saying 2 minutes. A reminder that our clock isn't entirely linked in with the referees.
Time off. Sub red 2. And then at the line out, you'll have the line.
So Amy Dale coming on for Niamh Jones. Let's have a talk about player of the match then. For both teams, who has impressed you here at Sandy Park this afternoon?
Well, you've got to go for Friday for Exeter. She's, amazing missed passes, good carries as well. She's been awesome in that area. For Gloucester, for me, it's between two players.
Okay.
One of which, the one that's very close to getting it, was Mo Hunt. I feel she's been awesome and really bringing the intensity. But player of the match for me, someone that's just injected so much pace. She's been involved with some clever kicks, really nailed it towards the post as well. It's Emma Singh. I think she's had a fantastic game.
She's picked up where she's left off at the end of last season, Emma Singh. Will she have another shot at goal before this match is out, or will it be Exeter Chiefs who continue to add points? Georgia Brock on the wrong side. She's conceded the penalty, so Exeter Chiefs will have another shot at it. Will they need it? Or will Flo Robson be able to make something happen here? That's really good from Robinson.
Time is off. They've asked for the penalty. Number 7. Entry offences.
Oh, Georgia Brock is going to the bin.
Entry, red 7. That's good.
Gloucester-Hartpury will end the game with 14 players.
Yes. Yes. Who's in the channel? Thank you.
Final few minutes, make sure you stick with us after the match as well, because Kat and Jess are going to be pitch side and they're going to be speaking to some, I'd imagine, happy Gloucester-Hartpury players and not so happy Exeter players, but Chiefs with the chance to finish strong here. Looking for try number 3, they're over the line and they have finished strong. And they want to go quickly to try and get more from it. There have been moments in this game where Exeter Chiefs have looked like the Chiefs of last season. And that was certainly one of them, a rock-solid set piece, taking advantage of Gloucester-Hartpury being a player down. 15-25. It's been 3 tries apiece, and that shows the importance of the boot. Oh, it's well executed, isn't it? Great composure at the back. Cleena Maloney getting her first try in Exeter Chiefs colours. And the first points off the boot of the match. But it is Gloucester-Hartpury who open the season with a win. And that is a massive statement victory as well. Coming on the road to last year's finalists, last year's Cup champions. A team who looked invincible here at Sandy Park have tasted defeat for the first time this season. At the first time of asking, Gloucester-Hartpury have lived up to the hype. Everyone given an opportunity has risen to the occasion. And the rest of the Allianz Premier 15s is going to sit up and take notice. Look how composed they look as well. That is not a shock to this group of players. They came here to do a job, and they have done that job. The full-time score here at Sandy Park, Exeter Chiefs 17, Gloucester-Hartpury 25.